1. Do your best and let go, the Stoic path to peaceful progress. Let's dive into one of the most powerful yet misunderstood teachings of Stoic philosophy. Doing your best while letting go of the outcome. It's not about giving up or being indifferent. Instead, it's about putting in your full effort, then releasing the need to control what happens next. This mindset is what the Stoics saw as a healthy balance between taking action and practicing surrender. The Stoics weren't advocates of laziness or passivity. On the contrary, they believed in hard work and personal responsibility. However, they also knew that obsessing over results creates suffering. As Epictetus put it, we should do our duty but not tie our happiness to the result. Like he said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak, which can be applied to action, too. Sometimes we need to listen to life, not just push against it. Imagine preparing for your dream job interview. You study, rehearse, and show up fully prepared. After that, it's easy to stress over whether you'll get the job or not, but that stress doesn't help. The Stoic approach says, send a thank you note, and let go. Whether or not you're hired, you did your part. And who knows, perhaps something even better is on its way. This same idea applies to relationships, creative work, and other goals. Effort is essential, but clinging only breeds anxiety. Letting go doesn't mean being careless. It means trusting the process. When we release attachment, we allow space for new opportunities to enter. As modern spiritual teacher Michael Singer notes, when you stop trying to control everything, you begin to appreciate everything. That's the real magic. Surrender creates clarity. To practice detachment, start by focusing on what you can control. Your actions, intentions, and attitude. Accept that results are never guaranteed. Be grateful for what you already have instead of worrying about what you don't. And most importantly, surrender your grip on the outcome. Trust that things are unfolding in your favor, even if the timing or path isn't what you expected. In the end, the Stoic art of detachment isn't about avoiding life, it's about living fully while staying free. When you combine focused effort with inner surrender, you invite peace, flow, and surprising success into your life. So go ahead, do your best, and then, let go. 2. Attract what you want, the Stoic way to align with abundance. Let's explore a powerful concept that blends ancient wisdom with modern insights, attracting what you want by becoming a match for it. This isn't about pretending or wishing, it's about aligning your thoughts, energy, and actions with your true desires. While the law of attraction isn't a Stoic term, it deeply echoes Stoic principles of harmony with nature and internal alignment. The Stoics believe that the universe follows a rational and natural order. When we live in alignment with that order, when our thoughts and actions reflect virtue and clarity, we begin to experience inner harmony. From this state of balance, attraction becomes effortless. Just as gravity pulls objects to the earth, our energy can draw in the experiences we're aligned with. Want to land your dream job? Don't just grind through your resume or network endlessly. Instead, imagine yourself already working in that position. Feel the satisfaction, the confidence, the purpose. Let that energy radiate through your actions. The same goes for attracting love. Rather than desperately searching, focus on cultivating the feeling of being loved and appreciated. When you embody the emotion of your desires, you become a magnet for them. This isn't just feel-good theory. Science backs it up. Quantum physics shows that everything, including our thoughts and emotions, is energy vibrating at certain frequencies. When we maintain a higher, positive frequency, through gratitude, visualization, and purpose, we attract experiences that resonate with that vibration. Stoic thought complements this by reminding us to live intentionally and rationally, in line with the universe's wisdom. As Oprah Winfrey once said, you don't become what you want. You become what you believe. Belief shapes energy, and energy shapes results. Here's how to build your attraction power the Stoic way. Get clear, know what you truly want and why. Visualize, imagine your future with vivid detail and real emotion. Affirm, repeat positive, empowering beliefs about what's possible. Be grateful, gratitude brings you into the present and attracts more of what you appreciate. Take inspired action, don't just dream, move with intention. Release control, let go of timelines and rigid expectations. Enjoy the journey, trust the unfolding path, even when it's unexpected. Attraction doesn't mean forcing the universe to bend to your will. It means aligning yourself with the flow of life, trusting that what's meant for you will arrive at the right time. In the right way. The Stoics knew that peace comes from harmony, and when you're in harmony, life responds. So stop chasing. Start becoming. The things you desire aren't far from you, they're waiting for you to align. 3. You will be uplifted at every turn, the Stoic path of alignment and growth. Welcome back, fellow seekers. Today's lesson is about a powerful mindset shift, trusting that life is always working for your growth, even when it doesn't look like it. The Stoics had a term for this idea, amor fati, love your fate. It means choosing to see every event, good or bad, as a meaningful part of your journey. This isn't about blind optimism or pretending everything is perfect. It's about aligning your mind with the understanding that the universe is not out to harm you, it's trying to shape you. The Stoics believed that challenges aren't interruptions, but invitations to grow. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, obstacles are the path. Let's say you unexpectedly lose your job. That can feel like failure or rejection. But from a Stoic point of view, it might be the exact push you needed to discover your true calling. Launch a business, or finally pursue a long-forgotten passion. Similarly, a painful breakup or a health scare might awaken deeper strength, clarity, or purpose. Each difficulty contains the seed of something greater, if you're willing to look for it. Modern voices echo this wisdom. Ryan Holiday's book The Obstacle is the way channels this ancient idea. Every challenge contains hidden value. Even science backs this up. According to quantum physics, everything, including your thoughts and feelings, vibrates at a certain frequency. When you raise your mindset, you attract higher frequency experiences. Biologist Bruce Lipton says, when you change your perception, you change your biology. Your perspective literally rewires your brain and body. So how do you start feeling uplifted, no matter what life throws your way? Here are a few practical Stoic steps. Reframe adversity, view problems as teachers, not punishments. Practice gratitude, focus on what's going right, even during chaos. Trust the process, believe that events unfold for your highest good, even if it's unclear right now. Embrace change, growth comes through movement, not comfort. Build resilience, learn to bounce back with strength and wisdom. Live on purpose, align your actions with your core values. The Stoic path of alignment isn't about perfection, it's about perspective. It's choosing to walk through life believing that every twist, turn, and setback has meaning. When you align with that belief, you'll find that life doesn't just happen to you, it happens for you. So take heart. Stay open. And remember, you are being uplifted at every turn, sometimes in ways you won't understand until much later. Trust that the journey is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. 4. Where do your desires come from? A Stoic look at inner longing. Let's go deeper today with a question that touches the heart of who we are. Where do our desires come from? Are they random cravings, cultural programming, or signals from something deeper within us? The Stoics didn't dismiss desire, they saw it as something to understand, not blindly obey or reject. To the Stoics, desires weren't inherently good or bad. What mattered was why you desired something and how you pursued it. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor. That craving, when unchecked, leads to endless dissatisfaction. But when examined carefully, desires can be used as guides toward growth, rather than chains of attachment. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that even when our plans are blocked, we still control our intentions. The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting, he wrote. That means desire itself isn't the issue, it's whether we let it control us or guide us with clarity. So, where do desires originate? Some are rooted in biology, basic human needs for connection, safety, pleasure, and survival. Others are shaped by culture, media, and social expectations. We're constantly told what we should want: a perfect body, the latest gadget, or status symbols. But many desires also emerge from deeper levels of consciousness. Carl Jung called this the collective unconscious, a shared field of symbols and archetypes that shape how we think and feel. According to this view, some desires may reflect something more meaningful than just ego-based wants. They could be expressions of your true self, your calling, or even your soul's evolution. So how do we know which desires to trust? That's where the Stoic approach becomes valuable. They believed a fulfilled life comes not from chasing every impulse, but from aligning desire with virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. Desires that align with these principles uplift us. Desires based on fear, insecurity, or vanity can trap us. Here are a few ways to explore your desires with Stoic clarity. Reflect deeply, ask yourself, why do I want this? Is it meaningful or reactionary? Check your values. Does this desire align with who you want to be? Challenge assumptions. Could this be based on comparison, fear, or outside pressure? Stay mindful. Notice how desire shows up in your thoughts and emotions. Seek wisdom. Learn from philosophy, psychology, and lived experience. Ultimately, desire isn't your enemy. But it isn't your master either. It's a signal, an invitation to understand yourself more fully. When you align your desires with virtue and reason, they become a source of power, not pain. So ask yourself not just what you want, but why. The answer might reveal more than you expected, and guide you toward a more meaningful life. 5. Live within your imagination, the Stoic art of creative manifestation. Let's talk about something you might not associate with Stoicism at first: imagination. While the Stoics are often seen as rational and grounded, they understood something profound: how you perceive reality shapes how you experience it. And one of the most powerful tools to shape your perception is your imagination. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." In other words, reality is filtered through our minds. What we focus on, visualize, and mentally rehearse becomes the lens through which we see the world. That's the gateway to creative manifestation, not fantasy, but purposeful inner vision. Imagination isn't just for daydreamers. It's a mental playground where you test ideas, visualize outcomes, and emotionally connect with your goals before they happen. Want to start a business? Picture yourself confidently serving clients, managing a thriving team, and feeling fulfilled in your purpose. The more clearly you see it inside, the more easily it can manifest outside. Modern thinkers like Oprah Winfrey agree. She once said, "Create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life. Because you become what you believe." That's not just a motivational quote, it's a mindset rooted in action and clarity. Science backs this up, too. Neuroplasticity shows that your brain physically changes based on your thoughts and focus. And quantum theory suggests that consciousness interacts with the energy field of reality. Simply put, your thoughts matter. They shape the world you live in. So how do you use imagination the Stoic way, not for escape, but for empowered creation? Try these practices. Daily visualization. Spend a few minutes each day imagining your ideal outcomes in detail. Feel the emotions. Create a vision board. Fill it with images and quotes that represent your deepest goals. Place it where you'll see it often. Write your ideal script, describe a perfect day, week, or year in your life. What does it look and feel like? Use affirmations, repeat empowering beliefs like, I am creating a meaningful, successful life, to rewire your mind. Act as if, show up with the confidence and energy of someone already living your desired reality. The Stoics never said to deny reality, but they reminded us that how we view reality is within our control. When you pair imagination with intentional action, you begin to live in creative alignment with the world, not just reacting to life, but shaping it. So don't underestimate your inner world. Use it wisely. The vision you consistently hold in your imagination may very well become the life you live. 6. Finding peace, letting go, and trusting the divine flow. Welcome, peaceful warriors. In this lesson, we explore something that sits at the heart of both Stoicism and modern spiritual wisdom: how to find lasting peace by releasing control and trusting in something greater, the divine flow of life. The Stoics taught that real happiness doesn't come from the outside world, but from within. Seneca once wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future." That quote captures the essence of inner peace, being grounded in the now, free from the fear of what might come next. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to chase more money, more status, more control. But what if the key to fulfillment isn't holding tighter, but letting go? Letting go of the need to control every outcome. Letting go of fear and resistance. Letting go of the belief that you have to do it all on your own. That's where trust comes in, not blind faith, but a calm confidence that life has a rhythm and wisdom of its own. Deepak Chopra calls this, the field of infinite possibilities. When you're aligned with this universal energy, you stop forcing things to happen and start allowing them to unfold. We all carry inner blocks, limiting beliefs, self-doubt, or fear of failure, that hold us back from what we truly desire. These mental roadblocks create resistance to abundance and joy. But these blocks aren't permanent, they're learned, and they can be unlearned. So how do we release these blocks and connect with inner peace? Here are some Stoic-inspired practices. Practice mindfulness, pay close attention to your thoughts and feelings. Gently bring your focus back to the present when your mind wanders into fear or negativity. Accept what you can't control, recognize the limits of your influence and stop wasting energy on things outside your reach. Gratitude, appreciate what you have. Gratitude instantly shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Identify and release limiting beliefs, become aware of thoughts that hold you back. Replace them with empowering truths. Tune into your inner wisdom, spend time in stillness, whether through meditation, reflection, or prayer, to reconnect with your intuition. Visualize peace and abundance, create a mental image of the life you desire. Feel as if it's already yours. Take inspired action, move forward with faith, not fear. Trust your steps, even if the whole path isn't clear. Surrender to the flow, let go of rigid expectations. Trust that life is guiding you toward your highest good. Finding peace is a lifelong practice. It doesn't mean avoiding challenges, it means meeting them with calm and clarity. The Stoics showed us that peace isn't something you wait for. It's something you practice, something you choose. So breathe. Let go of the struggle. Trust the wisdom of life. When you do, you don't just survive, you thrive. And the universe? It meets you exactly where you are. Ready to deliver far more than you could have planned on your own. 7. Be happy, your wish is on its way. The Stoic approach to joyful manifestation. Let's wrap up this journey with one of the most transformative insights of all: happiness isn't just the reward, it's part of the process. The Stoics knew that joy was not something to chase, but something to cultivate now, in this very moment, regardless of circumstances. And modern psychology agrees, joy is not a result of success. It often precedes it. Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This simple but powerful truth reminds us that joy is a choice, a mindset, not a destination. And when we choose to embrace it, we raise our energy, shift our perspective, and become magnetic to the things we desire most. Joy doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything's fine. It means acknowledging life's challenges while choosing to focus on what's good, what's working, and what's possible. It's about creating space in your heart for hope, gratitude, and trust. You've probably felt this yourself: the more relaxed, open, and positive you are, the more good things seem to happen. That's not just coincidence. Research in positive psychology, including the work of Sean Aker, The Happiness Advantage, shows that happiness leads to better problem-solving, productivity, and resilience. In other words, joy is not a luxury, it's a strategy. So how do you live with more joy, even when your goals haven't fully manifested yet? Here are some simple but powerful practices. Practice gratitude. Write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. It rewires your brain to see abundance. Be present. Stop waiting for happiness to arrive someday. Look for joy in the moment you're in now. Engage in what you love, whether it's music, nature, art, or meaningful conversations. Prioritize what lights you up. Surround yourself with positive energy. Be around people who lift you up, not drain you. Take care of your body and mind. Movement, rest, nutrition, and stillness all support a joyful mindset. Believe your dreams are unfolding. Instead of doubting, remind yourself, what's meant for me is already on its way. Celebrate small wins. Joy grows when you acknowledge progress, no matter how small. The Stoic approach to manifestation isn't about hustling until you're burned out, it's about aligning with joy, trust, and wisdom. When you live with a heart full of appreciation, when you enjoy the process instead of resisting it, life begins to reflect that energy right back to you. So don't wait for happiness to arrive once you've achieved your goals. Let happiness become the bridge that carries you there. Your wish. It's already in motion.